In less than 1 hour, we're going to build a marketplace application for people to upload content and then receive interested buyers, messages from them and emails from them. So I'm going to walk through the completed app right now. This is what it's going to look like when we're all done. And I'm going to demonstrate the different features that we're going to build. First, let's take a look at the sign up, just log in. And we're going to sign up with an account. We can also log in with our credentials, but we'll go back to the sign up. Test, and I'm just going to input some random information here for the email, name, and password. And we're going to create an account. Once we have the account, we can see the information is displayed here, the name and email, the where we're located as well as displayed. And we can upload art now. So we'll go click on upload art, select the title, example title. Let's add some images. So there's the main image, and then we'll add a second image as well. Just throw in, throw in this one here. Okay, click on upload art and go back to the home page right here. As you can see, the art uploaded with our name the name of our account, the name of the piece of artwork. We can click on it and we get a slideshow of the pictures of the art. Now let's send a message and I'll show you how that feature works. So we're sending a message to ourselves, but anytime anyone sends a message, and anyone can do that from the homepage, it'll show up on that user's message section in their profile. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to use an example email, customer@gmail.com. Hi, I want to buy your art. And we're going to send the message. Message sent. Let's go over to the profile page. And as you can see, we got a message right in here. It shows the piece of artwork that the message is related to, the customer's contact information, so we can reach out to them and coordinate the deal and the art, and then the message below that. So this is the gist of the application, and let's get right into it. Okay, the very first thing that we're going to do is go to bubble.io in any desktop web browser. So just type in bubble.io. I recommend using Chrome because Chrome's the fastest, but whatever works for you. You'll be taken to this page, and if you don't have an account already, go in the top right section and put an email and password in to create an account. You'll be taken to a page that's probably going to show you lessons if you have a new account, and click on My Apps and New App if your account is new. If you already have an existing account, then just go to the home page and click on New App. So I'm going to call this app Art Attack 1, and we're going to be building a marketplace website to buy and sell art. So just follow along exactly what we're doing, and we'll move quickly. Okay, create a new app. Loading. Awesome. And we have this other app to reference as well. That's why we built it before, so you guys could see the final result before we even get started. So let's get started. Okay, next step. We can really skip through a lot of this. The standard theme is fine. This is okay. Let's start with a blank page, and let's close the assistant. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to build this header right in here. So in order to do that, let's go back to our app, click in the top left-hand section here, click on header, and we're going to edit the header now. So let's delete that text there. Whoops, actually, edit, undo. So click on an item, left click, and then press delete on your keyboard to get rid of items. So we're going to delete that. Let's add some text. So click on text, drag it out on the page. And now I'm going to go over to the header itself and reference what we have here so we can look at the text. So it's this Aquafina script font. So double click here, remove style, and an Aquafina font, Aquafina script font, and then the actual size is 42. So okay, 42. All right, and we'll call this Art Attack. That brings another question. All right, move that over a little bit. Next, we're also going to have this logo. So in order to draw that, we're just going to click on the icon section, drag this out, double click, click on this choose an icon area, look up heart, select this heart, and make it into a nice pink color. So we'll actually make our own pink. It doesn't really matter. Well, actually, yeah, we'll match the color. So I'm going to move this around real quick. This color is FF3676. So, okay, that's the color we're going to use. Get rid of this right in here. FF3736. I think actually, so 3676. 3676. 76. There we go. Okay, and then left click, center vertically. Let's shrink this a little bit, the length of it. Whoops, bring it down. Move it over a little bit like that, and then hold down Control, select the art attack text, and then also select the heart, and then left click, click on select group elements into a group. Okay, let's remove this style. It's none. We don't want any background style there. So, okay, that looks good. Let's see what else we have here. So let's move this over a little bit. It's about right there. That's a good length, or it's a good spacing. I mean, now let's add a link, and this link is just going to be invisible link. So double click on it. Just get rid of this text. Rename it up here. So link to home. Internal page. So we're just going to basically have this invisible link, bring it to the left click, bring to the front. It's going to sit on top of this section right here. Okay, there we go. Next thing, we've got this text right in here. It says buy and sell art. So let's add another piece of text to the page. Double click, buy and sell art. Remove the style. Go with the size 32 font. Drag this down a little bit, drag this out, align it in the center, and then left click, center horizontally, bring it out a little bit, double click this, and okay, that's fixed width, so we're okay there. All right, this looks good so far. Next thing, we have some other elements in the header. So I'm gonna just pull up this little tree. Don't worry about what I'm doing here. This is just to reference things in the app itself. So okay, we built this group already. Then we just have this other group called Group A, and it's got this black circle, sign up, just login, and the ability to upload art. So now we're going to create both of those. So we're going to click on this elements tree section, click this little plus. We're just going to get rid of. We're going to keep. Yeah, we're not going to keep either of these, so click on this, delete it. See how it's grayed out? Click on this, and now it'll show that hidden elements. Okay, so we deleted both of those. Now let's create another group and drag it out on the page. This one's going to be aligned to the left side of the header. Drag it out a little bit. Another icon. Double click on the icon. We're going to call this one. We're going to look for user. Go with this. And change the color to basically black. Move this over a bit, so it's about right there. That's good. And double click on, or click on this. This element's not visible on page load. Uncheck that. Go up to conditional. Define another condition. When current user isn't logged in, this element is not visible. And that's because this element's going to link us to the account page. Obviously, if someone is signed in, we don't want them to be able to access an account page because it's not relevant to them. Okay, so isn't logged in, don't show it. When they are logged in, do show this element. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave that alone. The spacing's. Let's actually increase that width. Center that vertically so it's nice and centered. Next thing, we have this button, sign up, just log in. So we're gonna also create one of those. So click on button, drag this out onto the page, double click, select sign up / login. Here we can also change this to an outline like that. Change the style, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing really. I mean, we could adjust the size a little bit. I like that size. Center it vertically. Double click on this. Make this fixed width. Don't make that element visible on page load. That's because if someone's already signed in, we don't want them to see this button. When current user is logged in, this element's not visible. Okay, when current user isn't logged in, well, this element is visible. Okay, so that button's done. We have one more button, and I was just gonna click on this, left click copy, or right click copy, right click paste. Then this button is going to be for, it's going to say upload art. We're going to go with the standard primary button, and we're going to remove the style. Then we just want to go over and say, okay, when current user, let's change this, uncheck this box, check this box. So we only want someone to be able to upload art once they're already logged in. So that's given, and then let's just change the colors. So we'll leave this, let's get rid of this isn't clickable condition. That's changing the colors based on conditions, but let's go down here, change this color to that same pink. So I need to see what color that is again. FF3776, okay. So FF3776. Okay, there we go. This one's actually brighter. It's EB7385. All right, we'll go with that color. EB7385. Beautiful, I like that. Okay, so then let's just center this vertically. We have all the buttons now, so that's a great start. The next thing we're gonna do is go back to the index page. Double click on the index page. We'll get rid of that SEO title. This all looks fine. Let's go down to the header. And as you can see, we added this header to the page by just selecting it and then dragging it onto the page. Now let's click on index, actually just anywhere on the page, change the background style to a background color. So this nice gray color. And now let's go back here. I'm gonna go reference this. So we'll make ours a little bit more gray. About right there, that's good. Next thing is we're going to build this section of the site. So the ability to display the information. Well, I guess to do that first, though, we have to build the database. So let's work on the database right now. So go over to the data. So just click on data in there. And really we only have three different types of data. One is user, message, and art. So starting with the user, we're going to record a location for all of our users, which is the geographic address. Add a new field, we're going to record a name, which is described with text. We're also going to record a phone number. We don't need that actually, just a name and a location, that's fine. And then the email is already built in, and password, those are already built in fields. Next, we're going to have this type called a message. So a message has an art that it was related to. So art, we have to build art first. So let's add another type called art. A message then has a field called art, because we want to know when someone sends a message, what piece of artwork are they interested in. There's a body, which is basically the message itself. So what text is being sent that someone wrote. So body. Contact is going to be the email or phone number of the person that's interested in buying the piece of art. Finally, we have a to, and that's going to be another user. So that's how we make sure that the messages are getting sent to the right account. Okay, now go over to the artwork. What are we saving with the art? We're saving an ID. And so first, the concept of an ID is that we are generating a piece of text that's going to be unique and allow us to, of course, identify that particular item in our database. A main picture, so that's just a main picture, which is going to be an image. Next, we have a list of messages associated with that art. We're going to leave that out. We don't need to have that messages. Other pictures, we're also going to have that. So other pictures. It's going to be image, and it's going to be a list. Check that list. Okay. Price and title. We're just going to have a title. We're not going to have prices. People can negotiate the price themselves. Text. Okay, so that's a great start. Then let's go back to the design, and let's click on this repeating group, drag it out onto the page. Now we need to format the repeating group, so make it look nicer. And the repeating group is to display objects in the database, a list of objects. So art, do a search for art. Any constraints? No. It's just going to sort by created date descending, yes. So newest art is going to show up first. We will add more algorithms later to this application as a learning exercise, so you guys can look at different ways to rank the artwork based on its popularity, how people interact with it. So it's a little more, we'll have a more sophisticated system later on. For right now, we're focusing on speed. So okay, so it's like a 2x2 matrix to start. That looks good. Next thing, we're going to add another group. Drag this out onto the page and make it the right size that we want. So about that size is good. Center it horizontally, left click, center vertically. Okay, and I do like that. This is all nice. So okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add an image, visual elements image, and drag this image out like this. Double click, insert dynamic data. Here we go. We also actually have to define the data in the group. So that's going to be type art, current sales art. And then this is going to be parent group arts, main picture, more, process with imagix, resize the fit dimensions by cropping. And the reason we're doing that is so that the image is going to fit it's within this frame. It's not going to distort the image. It's just going to make sure that all of the images expand to this size, and so it's going to crop around the image itself, and then we'll be able to click on it and see the full image. Next, we're going to add some text. So let me bring this down. This piece of text is going to be the art's title, so it's size 18 font. Okay. So insert dynamic data, parent group art's title, remove style, bring this up to size 18. Beautiful. We're off to a great start here. Okay, that's about right like that. And left click copy, or right click copy, right click paste. Next, parent group arts creator's name. And we'll make that bold, make that smaller, like a size 14. How big is theirs? Size 16. All right, we'll go with size 16. Okay. That looks good. Next thing, we're going to have this button. So it's a message button. So let's go back to the header real quick. And we want to show this other group. We actually want to look within this group. So click on the plus button, show this upload art button, left click, copy, go back to index, left click, paste, move this down. This button is going to be for message artist. Yep. All right, that looks good. So we've basically built this general framework. Next thing we want to do is we want to change this to extended vertical scrolling. So that's like the Facebook news feed, where as we scroll down, more items start to show up. Get rid of the separator so it looks nicer. And make this fixed width as well. Left click, center horizontally. All right, that looks good. Now we need to add the we need to add a pop-up. So as you can see, there's this pop-up here that shows up. So to do that, we're going to go back to our page here, click on pop-up in the containers, drag this on out, make this a little bit taller like that. And we have this slideshow going on with the pop-up. So to get that, we're going to use a plugin. So go to plugins, add slideshow. Select slideshow, done, install, and then click on done. Go back to here, slideshow, drag it out onto the page. We're gonna make this nice and big. Okay, center horizontally. move this up a bit, center horizontally. Double click on it, use a dynamic list. So now let's click on type of content on the pop-up. So click anywhere on the pop-up to get this to show up. Say art, and then we want to say, we want to show images. We want to show a type of image, data source is parent group arts, other pictures, more, plus item, parent group arts, main picture. Running mode, we want to rescale. Don't want to stretch the pictures and warp them. Autoplay this, speed 2,000 seconds, that's good. Okay, so that all looks good. The next thing we have in here is, I see ours is a little different. Yeah, okay. So then we just have the title of the artwork, creator's name again, and then these two inputs. So to do that, we're gonna move out of here real quick. So we're gonna control, select, left click, copy, move back over to here, left click, paste, bring these into here. And let's adjust the size of this text. So something looks like size 24. So a nice big title. Okay, that's about right. And then the creator's name, we're also gonna make that like size 18, nice and big. And then we just need to add, whoops, bring that down a bit. So there we go. Next, we just need to add the inputs. So go down to input forms, input, drag it out into the page, double click on this, remove style. Let's go up to size 16, change this color to basically black, placeholder color to black, bring that down a little bit. And this input's going to say email or phone number. Okay, let's actually make this input a little bigger as well here, so okay. And then we're gonna have another input. It's gonna be multi-line input. Drag it out to the page. Same width, double click on this, remove style. Again, size 16 font. Make it black, placeholder color black. And we will say message. What did we say? Type of message, yeah, so we'll say the same thing there. Dot. Okay, close this. Now we'll go over to here to the button and drag a button onto the page. Make it snap up here against the size. So there we go. Move it over a little bit. And actually, let's make this a little smaller too, something like that. So our button's less fat. This is gonna say send message. Actually, let's copy the message artist. So copy this and paste it here. Because we want that color and I don't want to find that color manually. That's why I copied that. And just drag this out. Smelling right there. That's fine. Double click, change the size to size 18. Also make that a little bit. It'll make this one a little bit smaller. Right there. Bring that up a bit as well. Okay, so that looks fine to me. Now let me just bring that up a bit. Okay, let's make sure everything's lined up. Actually moving stuff around just a little bit, doing a little jingle jangle. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to send the message action. So what happens then is we're going to click on someone, double click here, click start to set workflow, and let's see what's happening. So first we send a message. So we're going to create an object in the database. Then we're going to send an email that's automated, and we're going to show an alert which says that message was sent to the user, and reset the output. So let's do that. So click on message artist, start to set workflow, and click here to create an action. Data things, create a new message whose art is equal to parent group's art, body is equal to multi-line input messages value, whose to is equal to parent group arts creator, and whose contact is equal to input email or phone number's value. Recommended action, reset relevant inputs, do that. And then we want to send an email to insert dynamic data, parent group artists, parent group art creators email. And the subject we had in here was new message about your art. So new message about your art, say that. And then the message itself, someone showed interest in buying your art. Okay, so we'll just basically copy this. Someone showed interest in buying your art. Next thing we want to say the information, so contact info. So to do that, contact info, insert dynamic data, result of step 1's contact. Okay, and then we're going to have this is going to say message, insert dynamic data again, result of step 1's body. Okay, and one more time. Now we're going to just add the final bit, which is just going to say congratulations, the team at Art Attack. And just like that, I'm going to add another space there. There we go. Just like that, we have an automated email. It's going to be sent every time someone clicks on the send message button. That way, people are still getting these messages even if they're not logging into their account, which is really useful because it's really nice just to access someone's email that way. More direct contact. Okay, so then an alert we're going to add to the page. So we went back to the design section, clicked on this alert, and drag it onto the page, drag this out, change the color to EB7385, remove style, change the color to EB3875, whoops, 7385. Okay, center vertically, size 18, message sent. Okay, there we go. Let's actually even bring that down a little bit, right to there. That's good. So now we're going to make sure that we click it out in action, go back to workflow, click it out in action, show message, and message sent. And that's it, guys. So now we have the message functionality built. So we know that the messages are going to be created and the emails are going to be sent. That's a great start. Do we have anything else in here that I'm missing? Nope. And the next thing we're going to do is we need to show this pop-up. So when is this pop-up going to, well, actually, let me see. Do we have anything else now? Okay. So when is this pop-up going to show up? It's going to show up when we click on a particular piece of artwork, and we need to send the data from that particular piece of art to the pop-up. So to do that, we're going to double click on this group art, start set it workflow, and we're going to go to element actions, display data, in pop-up art, data display, current sales art, click your add in action, show an element. We're just going to, so it's going to show the pop-up. So perfect. So display that artwork and show it in the pop-up. That's sending the data to the pop-up, and then that's saying show the pop-up. Perfect. So now let's go to click on development, deploy version to live. So there's two versions of your app. One is development and the other one is live. And so what's happening? What are you doing?
Dude, are you done with your homework?
So moving on, we now need to build the profile page. So let's click on page, add a new page, call this page profile, copy it from index, create. Okay, sweet. So we created this page. Let's move this art down. So I'm going to move this art down like that, center it horizontally. And now we need to add this other section in here. So let's add another group where we're just going to display information about the user's account among a few other handy things. So remove style, this group, no style. So fixed width, center horizontally. Next up, we want to add the text. So first chunk of text is going to show the email. So double click here, current users email, remove style, size 18. Actually, let's go even bigger. It's size 22. That's fine size. Move that up a little bit. Move that down. Left click copy. Left click copy, left click paste. Next thing, we're gonna add the name. Actually, let's leave this to be the email. Double click here and change this to name. And then we're also gonna have the phone number. We didn't use a phone number for us, so we're not gonna worry about that phone number. And then finally, we're gonna add a map in here. So drag this out to the page. And this is gonna display the current user's location. So just say current user's location. There we go. Looks good. Next up, we have this My Messages section. So let's left click copy the text. I'm going to change that size of this a little bit. Left click paste, and this is going to be the My Messages text. Okay, let's get rid of that. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, My Messages. And ours is a little bit bigger, but a little smaller. And then there's this button logout, so a little black button. It's about that big. Remove the style, change it to basically dark like that. Let's just get rid of that isn't clickable condition. And we're gonna say log out. So start set at workflow, navigation, so account, log the user out, navigation, go to page, index. Okay, so we've got this logout button built. Next up, let's add the another group here, which is going to be the messages. So we're going to go about down to here, over like this. Let's actually move this over a bit as well. Move that. Okay, this is going to be a vertical scrolling group. It's going to have fixed width, background style, flat color, solid separator, just solid separate about like that. Let's make it a little bit wider like this. Change the rows to 2 rows. I'm going to bring it up a bit. That's good, like that. Okay, so now we're going to display the more text. So click on text, drag it out onto the page. Double click on the text. We're going to say art, colon, and then insert dynamic data. Here we have to specify, okay, so type of content. So click on the list, type of content art, whoops, type of content message, and then do a search for message, sort by created date, descending yes, and then to equal to current user. So now it's going to display basically an inbox of the user's messages. Remove the style, change this to size 16, not size 6, that's way too small. Okay, and current sales message is art's title. Okay, and then I'm actually going to change this art to bold. So you saw I clicked on rich text editor to get to there. I highlighted the art and then clicked on bold. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with another important piece of information, which is the contact. So let's click on rich text editor and change this to contact. Then go over here, current sales messages, creators, or no, actually no, we're just going to see current sales messages contact. And that's it. We got another contact is being displayed. So let's copy, paste the text again. And this time it's just going to show the body. So we're going to just delete all this real quick. Insert dynamic data, current sales, body, just like that. And the body of the message will display right there. And that's really it, guys. So now we have the messaging system built with the logouts. Down here, let's change this pop-up art as well. So we don't need this anymore. So we're gonna get rid of these inputs on the pop-up. Let's bring this up a bit as well. Let's click on this. See button message artist. We don't need the message artist button. We're gonna have an edit button and a delete button. So Double click here, say this is delete. Change this color to a red color. That looks good. Deletes button's gonna be right there. Left click, copy, right click copy, right click paste. Okay, this could be edit. And change this to the outline. Remove the style and then just increase the font again. Font size. Alright, that looks pretty good. So we just have those two things. Actually, let's move these over a bit as well. Let's move them on in. Okay, so now this information is just going to show up right and actually bring it up a little more again. Just going to make things a little more concise here. And let's change this alert. We aren't sending messages on our own pieces of artwork. So this is going to say artwork deleted. Change the color to basically like this red color. Delete, and click on delete and then start set workflow. Delete, we don't want to send a message. We don't want to do any of this. We do want to show that I'm going to leave this here, show message, and then data things, delete a thing, parent groups art, show the message, and then hide the pop-up. Okay, so now it's going to we have that delete function built. The edit function is something that we will work on in just a moment. We need to build the upload artwork page. We're getting there. We're actually almost done. We need to build the upload artwork page and then finally sign up, just log in. So we'll focus on the upload artwork page now. So to do that, we're going to click on up here in the top right, the top left, and have upload art. Clone from the profile page, that's fine. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna get rid of this, get rid of the actually edit, undo. We will just get rid of this my messages section in here. Get rid of most of the stuff. We're gonna leave this group here in the middle. And this pop-up art, yeah, we'll just get rid of that as well. Okay, so let's add an input to the page. Let's go back to the index really quick, and left click or right click, copy this input, go back to the upload art page, left click, paste, and here's where we're going to specify the title. So let's just call this artwork title. Okay, make it about that. About that way. That's good. Center horizontally. Just double click on this, and then so here we go. So this group B, we're gonna create a tab content art, and you'll understand in just a moment what that really means. So we're gonna do a search for art. Add a new constraint whose ID is equal to get data from page URL, parameter art in lowercase, text. Okay, so what this is doing is it's taking the ID from the URL, and then it's going to say, well, that's the piece of art you want to display in the database on this page. And that's basically because this page is going to act like as a uploader of new information as well as an editor for different pieces of art. So we're going to click on this, and we have this condition in here, which is when parent groups, and this is just going to ensure that the information displays when, for example, so we add a new condition, we say parent group's art is not empty. That means that we're editing a piece of information because we passed a piece of artwork into this group. So what we'll say then, initial content is going to be equal to parent group art's title. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to the input forms, picture uploader, drag this out onto the page, make this, let's make this wider as well. So make this nice and tall like that. Double click on it, remove style, remove that image. Background is going to be white, size 18 font, black. Actually, we'll go down to like says 16. Click here to upload an image. Okay. And then we'll say click to upload main image. And left click, or so actually just go to define another condition in here. When parent group's art is not empty, default picture is going to be parent group art's main picture. Okay, now it's left click, copy, left click, right click, right click, copy, right click, paste. Okay, here's where I'm going to make this wider again. Actually, this is about okay, like this. Okay, so then we just have, okay, let's see. So there's ours about that length. So let's make this a little looser actually. Okay, now we're just playing around with the dimensions to match, make sure we can get about 3 of these photo uploaders. So let's make this a bit taller. Add another photo. Okay, bring that up a little bit. Okay, now let's just go over to this this section here, parent groups arts. So first, on the first one, parent group arts, in the conditions, we want to say parent group arts, other pictures, first item. Here we want to say parent groups arts, other pictures, item number 2. And finally over here, parent group arts, other pictures, item number 3. Say click to upload. This will say click to upload second image. Click to upload third image. Click to upload fourth image. Okay, and then whoops. Whoa. Let's just delete that. We didn't need to do that. So now let's decrease. I'm gonna make this group nice and tight. Left click, center horizontally. Bring it up a little bit, center horizontally. Make sure it's fixed width. Okay, moving down to here. Then there's another button. And let's go back to the index page to get a pink button. We need to find a pink button, because I don't want to find that color again. So, okay, go back to the upload art page. So I copied that, pasted it into here. And this is going to say upload art. Okay. Upload artwork. Whoa. Edit, undo. Upload artwork. And there's say upload art. I'll also say upload art as well. Okay, increase this font to like size 22. Nice and big. And in the conditions here, we want to just get rid of that logged in condition. I see we're actually gonna have to fix something here real quick. So change this to this element is visible on page load. Get rid of those conditions. So I have to go back right now to the index really quick. Go to pop-up. We also want to change the button because we don't want to have those logged in conditions on the message. So I deleted those logged in conditions. Made sure that that's visible on page load because we always want the message button to show. So that's because we accidentally copied those conditions on that button. It's really only showing up in a couple places. It's also showing up on the message artist. Whoops, in this other button here in the repeating group area. Double click here. Do show this. This is visible on page load, and get rid of those conditions. There's one other place that could be showing up, which is in the profile page. Let's make sure that we don't have conditions on those buttons. Nope. Pop-up art. Let's go in here. We do, I think, have conditions on these that we want to get rid of. We always want those to be visible, so get rid of those conditions. Visible on page load. Get rid of those conditions again. visible on page load. So small little mistake, but fast fix. We just need to make sure the elements are all going to be visible. Okay. Going back to upload art, clicked on the upload art button in here, and we said in the conditions, we want to say define another condition. We want this to say when parent group's art is not empty, text is going to say save changes. Next, we need to add a alert when the artwork is uploaded, so people know the artwork was successfully uploaded. So for this, we're going to make this a dark gray, so it's change this color like a dark, there's like a dark gray like that. Center the text vertically, size 7, size 20. Art successfully uploaded. Okay, and then conditional when group arts art is not empty. Then we're going to say changes saved. Okay, so now let's double click on upload art and start set workflow. Create a new action, create a new art, and add all fields. So that ID is equal to calculate formula, type, generate random string. So now we're just going to generate a random string, which is going to act as the ID. Just select all 3 of those there. The main picture is going to be click to upload main picture's value. Other pictures are going to add. Here's where we need to do this again. So other pictures, add result second image. Other pictures, add third image. Other pictures, add fourth image. Title is going to be input titles value. Okay, that looks good. Next thing we got to do here is go to, let me see what we have in here. So create, oops, yeah, this is the right page. So create new art, reset relevant inputs, and show the message. That's it. So, okay, reset relevant inputs and show the message. And that's it. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is we want to say add a condition here is only when parent group's art is empty, we're going to create a new piece of artwork. When, copy this box, paste the box. When parent group's art is not empty, well, that means we're actually making changes to a piece of artwork because we're editing. So we're going to make changes to a thing, get rid of this create new art. Don't get rid of this reset relevant inputs, make changes to parent group's art. And then here we're going to change the main picture, the title, and the other pictures. So other pictures, clear list, titles equal to input artwork titles value, main pictures equal to picture uploader main pictures value. Next, we're gonna say make changes to thing again, parent group's art. That's because we are first clearing the list of all the pictures, the other pictures, and then we're gonna add a new list, which is gonna be each of those photos. Other pictures, so 3 times is equal to click on second image, third image's value, and fourth image's value. Okay, there we go. So now it's making changes successfully to the art. Okay, so the upload artwork and also I'm actually going to decrease the size of this a bit. No, actually we'll leave that as it is. Okay, so the ability to upload artwork is now complete, and also the ability to edit artwork is also done. Let's make sure this is fixed with and centered. Okay, so we are on a roll. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to, we're going to create a new page, and this page is going to be called sign up login, and that's it. Then we're going to be done. We are almost finished, guys. Nice work. I hope we're still under an hour. I haven't been checking the time meticulously. Whoops, actually let's delete sign up login here and create it again. I want to make sure we just clone it off of the other pages. The reason I clone pages when I create new pages, even though we make them different a little bit, or we often make them very different, is because it just helps us keep the same background color and the same dimensions on all of our pages. So we're not going to want any of that. I'm going to leave the header there, get rid of this pop-up art. I don't want that either. And then the next thing we're going to do is just going to grab a group, add it onto the page, And this is going to be relatively straightforward. We need to go back to index really quick, actually, to grab that input. Okay, so go back to sign up just login. Okay, paste. This is going to be email. Email, left click, copy, left click, paste. Bring this down a bit. This is going to be password. Content format password, content format email. And let's left click, center horizontally, left click, center horizontally. Let me check that. Now let me go to this sign up login page and see what theirs looks. See what ours is. So ours is going to look a little bit different than this, but basically the same thing. Ours is just okay. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. So we'll get rid of this border. Yeah, that's nice. Email, password, and then there's some text down here which says already have an account. Log in here. So, okay, so add some text which says already have an account. Log in here. Okay, this group's going to be called sign up /login, and it's going to have a state. It's going to be called mode. The text default value, mode's default value is going to be sign up. And when, okay, let's increase the size of this text real quick. Let's go in. That's fine. Okay, so when this, so double click the text, start that workflow. We want to go down to element actions, set state of sign up, of group sign up just logins mode to login. And what we're doing is we are setting up a condition where basically we're like basically creating a toggle between logging in and signing up. So you'll see how that works briefly. So another one here, this text is going to say sign up, and remove the style. Let's go with size like 22, 26, 25, bold. Okay, left click, center horizontally, sign up, and they have this. We'll also add that shape, so we're going to add a shape that just goes across the page. Okay, and about right there. So basically it's black. So sign up. Make ours a little bit tighter. Okay, bring this down. Already have an account, log in here. That's good. Okay, so now we want to add a button. So let's go back to index and copy this button. Go back to sign up just login. Paste the button. We want this. Let's drag this out. And this is going to be login, or let's say create account. Change this size to size 16. That's good. Okay, this all looks pretty good. We just want to add one more element. So now we're gonna select everything. So control select, just these items here. Left click, group elements into a group. Remove style of the group. No background color. Make this fixed width. Don't make the element visible on page load. Define a condition. And then here's where we're going to say group signups / logins mode is sign up. Then we want this to be visible. However, when it's not sign up, we don't want it to be visible. Okay, when it's not sign up, it's not visible. Okay, so now let me see here. So we're going to move this down a bit. Bring this up. And we have one more input as well, which is going to be, let's actually make this, again, bring this up further, because we have another input. Okay, up more. That's about good right there. So center that horizontally, center this horizontally, and this this input's gonna be name. Okay, it's gonna be text input. So, okay, there we go. So here's our sign up. And, whoa, whoops, edit, undo. Okay, so now let's left click, or actually let's click the create account and let's add the create account action. So start site workflow, accounts, click here to add an action, sign the user up, input emails value, input passwords value, change another field, name is equal to input names value, location is equal to current geographic position, and then we want to go to page profile. Next thing, we want to left click copy this, right click paste. Oops, try that again. Actually, let me go inside here. Yeah, so we want to right click copy, right click paste. There we go. Line this up height wise, and then left click center horizontally, and this group is going to be called login. So we're going to say when signups mode is login, signups mode is not login. Okay, change this text to say login. And we're going to get rid of this name. So we're just going to have email and password. Let's move this down and this down. Okay. Well, actually, let's just add some text here so we reference the height of that element. Okay, so now we're going to adjust this height down, move this up, left click, center horizontally, and center the text and this button as well. Okay, so this all looks fine. And now we're gonna go in here, so you say login. And this is gonna say don't have an account yet, sign up here. And start site workflow. Here we're going to click on this text section, this other group with this set state mode. So copy this, go back to this text and paste. But this time, instead of setting it to login, we're going to set the mode to sign up. Go back to the design, login. Okay, so this all looks fine. So that's basically it. That's actually, just decrease the size, decrease the dimensions, so it's a little bit tighter. So again, bring that down, bring that up, center horizontally. Now we're going to delete that text. That was just for our reference. Email and pass. So let's click on this email and also add login to the name, the internal name. That's how we reference stuff in the workflow. Password log. Okay, so click on login again, start site workflow, log the user in, input email logins value, input password logins value, stay logged in, yes, and go to page profile. All right, guys, that's it. We are officially done building the app. So I hope we came in under an hour. I think we're probably at about an hour 15, but excellent job, guys. I'm really proud of you. We built everything. So let's finally test it all out and look at our masterpiece. So let's go back to the homepage. We don't have any art in there yet. So let's sign up. One more thing. We forgot to do the header real quick. So go over to the header and we want to select group A, button upload art. So click on that, start site workflow, go to page upload art. Okay, and sign up, just log in. Go to page, sign up, just log in. Okay, development, deploy. Okay, there we go. So let's sign up. All right, my name's Charles. Go Charles at gmail.com. Password 123. Allow it to know my location, and let's watch our application work. Great, so it's saving this stuff in here. That's awesome. Let's upload some art. Artwork title, example title. Upload some images. There we go. We'll go with this picture right here. Just wait a moment. And this is it, guys. We built the whole thing, so I'm really proud of you. Great job. I had to take a little drink of some carbonated water to celebrate. Let's add another image. And we'll call this example artwork number 1. Yeah, so, just wait a moment while it saves. Click to upload artwork. Okay, so that was successfully uploaded. Let's see if it's showing up. And it's showing up. It looks nice. Nice. We got both the images showing up here. We have the inputs. Our name is showing up. Let's test this out. So evanjr@gmail.com. Type a message. Hey, I want to see if the messaging feature is working. Message the artist. Message is sent. So let's check. Did we get that message? One more thing we got to add. So if you go back to the header and we want to click on this group circle and we want to say navigation go to page profile. Okay, development, deploy, and let's test that out. Let's go to our profile real quick. Indeed, the message is showing up here. Awesome. And as you can see, let's see if we can edit. We got to add that as well. So one more thing as well. Let's go back to the profile page. We want to get rid of go into this repeating group. We don't need this button message artist on our own artwork, of course. And then another thing in the pop-up art, we want to click on edit art and we want to go to page, upload art, send more parameters to the page. Parameter is equal art is equal to parent group arts ID. Okay, and then delete art. I think we already set this up. Yes, we did. Okay, so delete art function is working. All right, deploy. Let's go back here. Now let's test out editing the art. So I want to edit a particular piece of art. Boom, we can edit the art just like that. So awesome. And that covers it. We can delete the art. Let's delete it. Boom, it disappears. Now we can log out here and do everything else and create more art. That's the gist of it, guys. So awesome work. Great job. I'm sure you learned a lot. I hope you did. And you're one step closer to being a badass developer. So congratulations.